Hello everyone, my name is Julian Gau and I'm here as the Artistic Director of the Horizon Ensemble. I'm here today with Quinn Gutman, who is the composer of We Will Outlive Them, Letters to Rivka from Galicia. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hooray! Our next concert, We Will Outlive Them, comes up this Saturday, and so we're here to chat about this piece, where it comes from, and what we hope you take away from it as Horizon fans. So this is a piece that's been in the making for a little while. Can you tell me about the history of We Will Outlive Them?
Yeah, after I graduated from my master's degree at Longy in 2021, Jessica, who at the time was working in the concert office there, asked me, hey, I have an idea for a piece and I really want you to write it. And she told me that her great-grandmother, Rivka, immigrated to the US from Galicia, which is an area in the former Austro-Hungarian Empire. And she saved a bunch of letters that her family back home wrote to her about what's been going on back home. And Jessica really wanted to share this story in some way and thought that song was the best way she could do it. And she's heard my music at Longy, and she specifically wanted a Jewish composer like myself to write it. So she asked me, and I said, yeah, I'd love to.
Cool. I'm very interested in how the process of letters to music goes, because I think often when we set text, it's usually poetry, but these letters are very, very real. They're very day-to-day in some of them, talking about marriage prospects, talking about Pesach is coming up soon, talking about just what's going on in their lives, and yet some of them are actually very poetic and very, these beautiful little pieces of poetry in these letters. Not to say the day-to-day stuff is not actually well written either. I think, as I said in my interview with Jessica, which I hope you watched if you're watching this, I think letter writing is a bit of a lost art in a way.
I absolutely agree, yeah.
I mean, I text a lot, of course, and I am really good at writing emails. I always say Dear X, but it's different when you have so many things in this long document that you can only send once every week or month or however long it takes to get it. And so, as opposed to writing art song, which I'm sure you've written, how is it different to write from letters to music?
So it's basically, you kind of have to take the text of the letter and turn it into a poetry.
Okay, yeah.
Personally, I like to do text painting, so like having the music reflect what's being talked about. So basically, I took every letter, divided it by sentence, phrase, put in and underlined and made note of key moments that I really want to put into the piece, and also recited the letters myself to see what natural rhythms were coming out of it, and just wrote my music based on those clues.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And there are certain motives, right, that mean, certain characters or certain moods, right?
Yeah. So for every letter that I set, every letter is written by a member of Rivka's family, and I wrote motives in the accompaniments for each of the family members. And sometimes, their little movements, like do, representing Moshe, and do.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. Which represents Moshe's son, Israel.
And there's this sort of tapestry, I think, that arises both from this combination of family, these characters, not characters, well, real people, but their personalities as characters, and also the music that comes from them, and they start to kind of mix as the piece goes on, which I think is very cool. I spent a lot of time looking at this because I orchestrated it, hooray! We'll be preparing a new orchestration of this piece for multiple singers and orchestra, so it was a lot of fun to kind of pour through it and see what might be good here for this character, what might be good here for this instrument. It was a lot of fun. I'm interested in what kind of composers or other artists might have inspired you during the process of writing this piece.
Yeah, so I looked a lot to Hebrew prayers and songs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, there are actual quotes in it, as you know, like from Kol Nidre and from Dayenu, but sometimes in some of the text settings, I also borrow elements from melodies in Hebrew prayer,
Oh, okay.
like that. The unaccompanied recit at the beginning of the second letter
Uh-huh.
from Moshe. I wrote that to be very similar to a typical chant in synagogue.
Right.
Yeah.
A year of life.
Ba, da, da.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of my inspirations. I also listened a lot to klezmer music. To be honest, I actually wish I listened more to klezmer music than I have.
Did you know I was in a klezmer band?
Really?
Only for one concert. It was March 2020.
That's
We
so
were supposed to do more, but it got canceled. It's with Steve
Oh.
Schwartz, Steve Schwartz is an audio engineer and also drummer in Providence. And he actually will be audio engineering different trains for the show, so you can ask him
No
about it.
way.
It's called Yamakaze, it's very fun. I played cello. Anyway, go on.
Yeah.
If you don't know, klezmer is a kind of like Jewish folk band kind of music.
Yeah. I have a friend who actually calls it Jewish party music.
Ah, yeah, we actually played at like a birthday party. that was the one show I played.
Nice.
Birthday party or like community party or something like that, but it was fun.
Yeah. And then, so those were main research type musics that I have been incorporating into the pieces. Other than that, general composers that I absolutely love and listen to a lot are some contemporaries like David Lang and Julia Wolf.
Oh, okay. I don't know music that well. I know David Lang.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw a piece by him in this church back in 2021.
Really?
Yeah. It was this piece where the singer says, "Just your something, just your cheek, and my beloved," or something like that. It was very haunting.
Caroline Shaw is also
Oh,
another.
my girl.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Nice stuff.
Yeah.
If you can explain for some of our viewers who might not know, what's Kol Nidre and what's Dayenu?
Yeah, so Kol Nidre is a prayer that is sung every year on a Jewish holiday called Yom Kippur, which is our annual Day of Atonement. We spend the entire 24 hours not eating, and not every Jew does this, but in addition to not eating for the whole day, we also sit in synagogue all day, really just contemplating all of our sins, praying to God to acknowledge and provide forgiveness and healing. And Kol Nidre is the very first prayer in that whole sequence. The goal of Kol Nidre is to welcome God and to share and to basically tell God, we are going to share with you our most vulnerable selves, and we vow to fully accept your presence into this space.
So in movement 2, I believe, there's an appearance of it.
Yeah.
And then what's Dayenu?
Dayenu is a fun song sung on Passover. Happy belated Pesach to anyone who celebrates. It is sung at the family table during Seder as a remembrance of all the miracles that we have been given to set ourselves free, experience liberation after the story of Exodus.
And so we see that in movement 5? Bronski's letter.
Bronski's letter, which I think it's 6.
6. Yes. 6. 5
Yes.
is Jisoo. 1.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll hear that in the orchestra and also one more time in the ending. Cool. Thanks for explaining. You know, I actually played Kol Nidre once on cello also. There was
Nice.
a Yom Kippur service at Brown's Hillel that I was asked to play it at.
Oh.
There's also a pretty big arrangement by Ernest Bloch.
Yeah, I had him in mind a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
when I was when I was writing Kol Nidre into. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I saw Alex Fowler, the cellist, play it right here actually in 2022, I think, with string orchestra. It was very cool.
That's so cool.
So, all that being said, what do you hope that Horizon audience will get out of this piece?
Yeah, so this is a time in Jewish history that is not often talked about. We talk about the Holocaust in Germany an awful lot, while I definitely believe that history definitely needs to be continued to be told, and my ancestors are actually a survivor of the Holocaust too, but this history is often overlooked. Jessica's family lived during a time in which the Emperor Franz Joseph was assassinated, and after that, anti-Semitism was just on the rise, like haywire. Their house, Jessica's family's house, got burned down in a riot. And so I think what audiences should get out of this piece is a part of Jewish history that we don't often learn about. And not only that, but this is like real people who lived through that history.
Right. Yeah, when Jessica told me about this song cycle, I thought, oh, that sounds like such a cool project to do with more singers and more instrumentalists. So we're really excited to do it this Saturday, and in keeping with the whole message of talking about history and talking about now, right? Mira is coming in to his talk, which is very cool. Massachusetts Immigrant and Refugee Advocacy will be coming in to talk about their mission during the show, which I'm very excited about.
That is so cool.
So, it's this Saturday. Anything you want to say to the Horizon fans otherwise?
Yeah, come see the show.
Come see it!
Yeah.
This Saturday, April 18th at 7:30 p.m. at the Church of the Covenant in Back Bay, 67 Newbury Street. You can catch We Will Outlive Them with different trains, and also Quinn Gutman's We Will Outlive Them, Letters for Rivka from Galicia. There's also a live stream on YouTube, so no matter where you are in the world, if you've got an internet and you can view YouTube, you can watch it. So come see us, it'll be great. Thanks for being in community with us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And we'll see you on Saturday.
See you on Saturday.
Thanks, everybody.